Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Stamperia Sleeping Beauty. We have made quite a bit of progress. This is a design project for Scrap and Create and you can get your supplies there. There's a link down below and there's a link below for the cutting guide for this project. Pardon me. So we've got all our pages in the book and I have picked out pieces for the front and back cover and the inside front and back cover. And we're going to do this first before the closure because we are going to do a chain closure, which we have not done in a little while. But we have, when you order from Scrap and Create, you get this little mesh bag and it includes metal pieces and charms and stuff, and there's some really cute ones and I want to use them. So I'm just going to ink. Oh, and I want to tell you a bit about this piece, but let me go ahead and get it inked. I'm using walnut stain on this book. Okay. So what I did when I cut this, the scale on this is not, I don't know how to put it. It's not 100% identical between the rice paper and the regular paper. So you're not going to be able to match up the design if you wanted to. So I just cut from, but I did cut so the text was about the same place, and I just cut a full mat, if that makes sense. I just wanted to make sure that the land, I don't know if you can see it here, see this line here of the land? I just wanted to make sure that that fell at about the same place on the matte piece as on the rice paper. Okay, so that's how I did that. And it says, like the text here at the bottom, right below, I cut between where it says the side of the river, that's what it says there, and whatever the next line says, that's where I cut, and then I cut the height. So if that helps. And I have got to refill this glue. It is almost empty. Actually, I wonder if I haven't. You know what, filling the glue bottle is sometimes challenging because it glues itself shut. Well, hang on, maybe I can do it from here. Nope. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I think I have enough to do this, and then I will figure that out. This is from the 12 by 12, by the way. Obviously, the 8 by 8 is not going to be tall enough for this. And we are going to add quite a bit of stuff to the cover, so I don't even know how much of this is going to show, but okay. So I am just putting that down. Lining it up. Okay, that looks good. Sorry, the pieces I have for the inside are coming out. And okay, this is one of the 12 by 12 cut aparts. So let me set that aside because it's falling out anyway. And then I'm going to put this piece here. And I'm finding more and more I don't like to put much on the inside front cover in the way of like flaps and pockets. I like to, I have, and I probably will again, but right now I'm leaning more towards just having a photo spot there. And this is also from the 12 by 12. And by using this piece, I'm pretty much sacrificing using any of the 12 by 12 circles because we've already cut the other piece. But I'm not sure I don't know, I'm not worried about it. I have some smaller ones if I want to use them from the 8 by 8. They're kind of, cutting them with scissors is difficult, and cutting them with a die cut machine like a Sizzix is, and it's not bad, but it's it kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a pain. There we go. Okay. I'm meant to be having dinner right now, but I didn't feel like it, so I sat down to record instead. Okay. And then what I'm going to do here is use this piece, but I'm going to make it a card that opens. I said I didn't want to do flaps, but I'm going to use that as a photo section rather than like a built-in flap, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's going to go there, but not yet. And then let's go to the back. And I have this piece also from the 12 by 12. Everything's from the 12 by 12 for the covers. And I haven't used any of that gold paste on this, and I think it would have looked really nice. I just didn't, because I've used it in a couple of my recent albums, I think the last two, and I thought maybe, you know, those of you who don't like shiny maybe didn't want to see that again. Plus, I'm kind of liking the sort of old shabby look of this paper, and I'm pretty sure we're going to add pieces here. I like the large amount of pattern that we're getting with this book. I kind of wish I had a washi tape in these kind of colors, and I probably have something, but you wouldn't have it, so I'm not going to use it. Just to wrap around the edges of some of the pages. I think that looks nice. The tea dyed or coffee dyed pages. Okay. This is going to give us quite a few places to add decorative elements and photo mats. This will be the only place that you can fit a full 6 inches across. Okay, and then on the back, we have this gentleman, and he was left over from another piece that we cut. And we used him already in the 8 by 8, but not in the 12 by 12. So I think he's going to look good right there. And that's overlapping just a little bit here, but that's okay. The other one overlapped fully. This one's only partially overlapping. I am okay with that. I actually have another piece of rice paper that I was originally going to use on the back cover. But I didn't like the way the front cover had one kind and then the back cover was going to have a different kind of paper. It didn't look quite right to me. So we'll save that rice paper for either another spot in this book or more likely just another project. Okay. Okay. Perfect. Okay. Now the next step before we decorate covers is going to be to add the grommets for the chain closure, which would be easier if I had any idea where the grommets are. I see them, I think. Okay, good. You could wait, but because we still have stuff to do on the inside. However, I want to get, and actually, you know what? Before I lose it, I need to put this needle away. There we go. But since they have to be done, I might as well do them now. So let me grab that. I still haven't got around to buying new grommets, so I'm getting low, but I probably have colors that'll work on this book. I'm getting very low, actually. I'm afraid I have mostly cool colors left. Yikes. Okay. Let's see, I've got little jewels. I don't need those. Got some jump rings. I was hoping to find a couple of warm-toned grommets. Pardon me. That one, that's a little dark, but they'd work. That one's shiny and that one's matte, so I have to find two alike. Okay, those would go. Let's see. I'm gonna see what else I have. I don't really want a silvery tone because all the charms are this brassy color. And I don't think I have any brassy toned grommets left. I have some that are straight up black, but I think that might be too dark. Yeah, that's too dark. Just make sure there's none down there. Oh, there's one. Oh, if I had two this color. Hang on. Is that the same color as those? I think it's the exact same color as those. Okay. Okay, those will be it, because that's what I have. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to use those. This is 8.5 inches tall. Let me get my ruler, which I had. What did I do? I think I took it over to my cutting table. Hang on. Okay. All right, so this is 8.5. So we're going to have to come up 4 1/4. Okay. And I usually like to come in, I don't know, about however far that is. I think it's just a hair under 1/4. It's just about 1/4. Okay, so let me move that aside. So come up 4 1/4 in 1/4. The thing is, you don't want to be too far out because you're going to punch a hole, and you don't want this grommet to be hanging over. But by the same token, if it's too far in, you won't be able to get a jump ring on it. I think that's just about right. And you need to use the larger hole punch for those grommets. And I'm sorry, I have to pull it where I can see it. You know, punching a hole through your book is traumatic. Give you a good squeeze. Okay. And we're going to do the same on this side. Okay, so 4 1/4. And in 1/4, I made a giant mark there. That's in the right place. Okay. And usually, when you do that, the little bit you punched out gets stuck in the thing. This is a there you go. This is from We Are Memory Keepers, and I always forget what it's called, but it's linked down below. Crocodile. It's a crocodile. Okay, hang on. Go. now we have our grommets for our closure are done. We're not worried about those. Okay. And let's go ahead, since I know I want to do this thing. Might as well do it. And I'm going to use craft. Now, using the craft, it sort of blends with all this pattern. If you used black or something, you're going to get probably a more vibrant look, but this is, I like the way this looks, so that's why I went this way. As you guys know, I like using a deeply contrasting background sometimes, but this one just seemed to work for me. Okay, so this is 5.5. So I need a piece of craft that is 5 5/8 twice. So that's 10 10/8, which is 11 1/4. So I need a piece 11 1/4 by 5 5/8. Okay, let me cut that. All right, I should probably, hang on. I just want to write that measurement down so when I do the cutting guide, I have it. I've already forgotten what it was. All right. So inside front cover, so it's 5 5/8 by 11 1/4. Okay. And need to score that. So that is going to be 5 5/8. Okay. And I feel like it is not, I don't know if you can see, it's not quite perfect. Let's see. Sometimes when you fold these things, they just don't line up. So what I am going to do is just take this to my trimmer and just trim the little bits where it's hanging over. All right, that's better. And we are most likely going to add other things to this, but this will be the base. And I think we probably want to do whatever we're going to do on the inside while it's flat out of the book. So Let's grab, I'm looking to see what I have in the way of scraps and things. Those are the 8x8 cut-aparts. You don't want to add any more cut-aparts to it. Let's see, I don't think I have any. I have this little scrap. Is that big enough? Would be if I double matted it. I don't think I have any scraps big enough. I think I'm going to have to cut a piece. We have this piece that is big enough. We could use that. Pull that out. So if we use this piece, I could get both of these mats out of it. All right, let's do that. And what did I do with the ruler? There it is. I'm just going to cut them as wide as this is, which is 5 3/8. So there's here. Is good. And then what I think I may I'm thinking I might double mat these with the burgundy, and that would give me a chance to get the burgundy into another place in the book. So I need 2 5.5 by 5.5 squares of the burgundy. I'm gonna grab that. Okay. So let's see, that text is upside down. Let's make sure we get that right side up. So if we put that there, it's going to be a tight fit, but it fits. Okay, with that on top, that's going to look nice. Okay, and then this one will be the same. Perfect. Okay, let's do those separate. Okay, and let's do these. Looks good. Okay, there's one. And oh boy, it doesn't really matter, but once I put it in the book it matters, but when I'm gluing it, it doesn't. Definitely got to refill this bottle. And actually, it is the middle of August right now, which of course is summer and it's hot, but it's not too soon for you to be thinking about stocking up on your art glitter glue. Maybe start buying a bottle a month or something, whether you need it or not, because it can't be shipped in the cold weather, so you need to make sure that before it gets, to be October, I would say by the end of September, you want to have enough to get you through the winter. Put that one on very straight. Okay. checking because, like I said, it's late and I haven't eaten yet, so I do have to eat pretty soon. Fortunately, I have leftovers, so I don't have to cook or anything. Okay. Go. And then we don't need anything on the back because that's going to get glued down. Okay, that looks cute. All right, and I'm just wondering, I didn't want a magnet, but I'm wondering if I want to put like a grommet here as well, and maybe do a tie underneath here so that it's tied. That might be cute. What did I do with my grommet setter? Do I want to do that? What do I think? Looking over here. I have some other grommets over here, I think. Some little ones. I do. I have some little ones. Let me see what. I've got a little copper one. It's kind of shiny, but that might be cute. But I don't know if I could get seam binding through it. I would have to use like some sort of fiber rather than rather than seam binding. Let's see what else I have in here. Just looking to see what other colors are in here. Maybe something a little less shiny. That's kind of cute. Okay, let me. These are brightly colored ones. We don't want those. Alright, if I use that, which I like, what am I going to use for the actual tie? Hang on, let me take a look. I'll be right back. I've got this chenille, which is kind of fun. I don't know how it would look tied. Goes with it though. And I've got twine. Let me see. All right, I'm fiddling with this thread. The my camera cut out, which is my phone. It's been doing that a lot lately. Okay, let me. I use this in embroidery, but there's plenty of it. Cat fell out of bed. Sorry about that. They have this little doll bed from IKEA. One of them fell out of it. Both of them were trying to be in it, and they don't fit. But I ordered another one so that they will each have one. All right. So if we did that, I think this would work. Let's make sure it fits through there. Does. I might have to use a needle to get it through just because it's kind of fluffy. but it fits. Okay, so I'm just going to use this. You can use whatever you've got in your stash that works. Some string, baker's twine, whatever. I'm quite sure you're not going to have silk chenille in this color, but you know, it's a neutral, so whatever you have that's neutral will work. So now, so one side of this is just going to get glued on the back, and the other side is going to be attached through this grommet and tied or looped or something. So let me go ahead and put this grommet on. And that is, as we ended up trimming this, so what size is it? It's like 5 1/8. So half of 5 1/8 is 2 9/16, right? About there. Just gonna make a little mark. For this one, we're going to use the small side of the crocodile. That does not look like half. Did I measure that wrong? I did. I did it as 5 1/8. It's 5 5/8. Okay, hang on. So 5 1/2. Okay, so half of 5, 2 3/4, 13/16 is where that needs to be. Fortunately, that dot will not show, I don't think, that I made. Well, that's definitely not, since there was no... That's half. Okay, that's better. I think that's half. Yeah. Let's try that again. Good thing I caught that before I did it in the wrong spot. Okay, now we're going to add this little guy. Oops. Don't think I squeezed that enough. Okay. These are a little tricky because this thing is not really meant for this size. Okay, I think that'll do. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do, cut it in half, and I'm going to put it in half again and just loop it through like you would a tag. And like I said, I may need one of these needles to get that through. Cute. Okay, that's cute. And then we'll just do a matching one on the inside on the back. Yeah, I'm dithering. I'm really tired and I'm hungry, so hang on. Let's just put this. So what I'm going to want for this one is for it to be back here. When it's glued down, it'll stick out and we'll be able to tie it. So I think before I forget that I need to do that, I'm going to go ahead and put it down with a little bit of score tape, just so that it's sort of where it needs to be. Ultimately, the glue is what's going to hold it. Okay, so fold it in half. Put it right about there. Okay, and for now, I'm just going to put a little backing down because so it doesn't stick to things. Okay, that is ready. Now I have to eat. It's 8 o'clock almost. I'm gonna stop for the night because if I try to work when I'm tired, I'll start making mistakes. But what we're gonna do, let me bring this back over, is we're gonna put this in here. Okay, like that. But before we put it down, we're going to put some other decorative elements under it, I think. But we're going to play with that. But that's my plan. And I will be back in just a few seconds. For you, it'll be tomorrow for me. And we will do that. Okay, I'll see you in a few seconds. Okay, let's go ahead and continue and get some embellishing done. So last night, I did a little bit of fussy cutting from the inside, front, and back covers to give me some things to work with. Plus I have that card set, which is, what is this thing called? I don't know. The cards collection, which I'm sure I'm going to use some of that. I have cut aparts from the 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8. And like I said, I've got some fussy cuts. And I've got the chipboards, or the die cuts, they call it, the die cuts. Okay, let me just put this little piece down before I lose it because it's floating around. And this was from the inside front cover. And I did refill my glue bottle. And I'm just going to center it on this little beige line here. And I'm just eyeballing center. I think that looks pretty good. Okay. And then this piece, originally I was going to put some things behind it, but I wasn't really seeing anything that I loved for that. But I picked out these fussy cuts, and they're just roses, and I think I'm going to put them in the corners, one here and two up there. And I think I'm just going to leave them loose so you could tuck a photo that almost make photo corners out of it. Oops. Put that one down there. And I've kind of got something in mind for the cover. I think it's going to completely cover that whole castle that's on the front cover. So you'll know by the time you see the walkthrough whether or not that happened. It doesn't really matter, but you know, if you want to save that piece of paper for something else, you could. So I'm just going to put that one up there. And then I think I'll try to decide how I want to arrange the leaves on this one. I think maybe coming... yeah, maybe going up like that. Okay. So that frames the picture a little bit. And like I said, if you wanted, you could use those like photo corners and put another photo here. All right, so now we need to put this down. And I will I use glue or will I use tape? I think I'll use glue. You could put this down like a pocket if you want to, but I'm not. careful to keep the tie well out. I'm going to spread that around a little bit with my finger. And I am just going to basically center this on the page. Just wiping my finger before I smush it down. Just giving that a good smush down. This can be tied. I'm just going to loosely loop it for now. Alright, and that is done. And then there's nothing needed in here, I don't think. I looked at a bunch of things to put on this belly band, and I didn't like anything. The only thing I didn't look at, I know there's a bookmark in this card collection. Or two. No, I'm fine. Okay, I'm just going to leave that. And then what I thought I might do is on one of these white pages, put this, no, not the white page, where was it? It was on here. I was thinking I might put it, sort of blends in a little, but it adds some interest. Down here where all these little extra parts of the carriage are, cutting out the white would be a little tricky, so I'd either have to ink it to darken it up or just cut all that off. So that's what I'm thinking of there, but we'll get back to that. Now we have this. So if you remember, I was going to decorate this and I couldn't decide what I wanted to do. So I think this is what I'm going to do, is basically like something like that. Light that up. Like that. So you could put a photo or something there if you wanted to. Now this is white on the back, so I really don't want it to hang off, and I don't want to cover it. So that's kind of going to be the deciding factor of where everything else goes. Because I don't mind having only a small area showing, because you could put a small photo there or whatever. Alright, so I think that's going to work. Alright, so I need to ink this. And of course you could also journal on this piece before you put it down or whatever. And I think I will ink the edges of this. Just realized I'm probably off camera. And we're going to ink this. So I'm going to put that just about like that. And this is one of the cut aparts from the 8x8. I think I keep saying 6x6. There is a 6x6, but this is not it. This is the 8x8. This is going to go on top of that and centered, and we are only going to glue the very top of it. So you can slide something under it, and we are going to center that on the envelope, not on the square. And then we're going to put this one down here, and again we're only going to glue the bottom half of it, so you could tuck something under there. but this, the bottom half is fairly substantial. So since it wants to curl a little, I'm going to put a fair bit of glue on it. And I'm going to put that over here. Okay, that is that. And I feel like I want a little bit more glue under this because it's wanting to come up a little bit. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, and I think that was all that I had chosen. So the next sort of big area that we have to work with is this. And I wanted to put basically a photo spot here with some decoration. So we do have some more of these cut-aparts that we could use as the base for the photo. That one's kind of nice. It really blends well with what's there. Maybe we'll use that. And let's see, we might want to use something from the card collection. I'm just going to pull everything out. And I think we'll definitely use these little guys and these tags somewhere. Let me put those over there. This goes nicely with that. This is an actual folded card, which I don't think I want to use. That's a tag. We've already kind of featured that a lot. But the other side's nice. I love this, but we're going to use that image later. He's kind of heavily featured already. So we have this one, which is similar to this, but it's vertical. If we use the back. But she is kind of, isn't she like right on, yeah, there she is. So we've kind of already featured that image. And I like the idea of this being your picture. So if we did that, we still have this piece here. You could almost put it underneath, just as a little accent. Could use any scrap for that, though you wouldn't necessarily need to use that. I have a lot of scraps, but they're mostly horizontal. But of course, for that kind of thing, it doesn't really matter. Let's pull that out, because we might want to just use that for an insert. Maybe put that. Okay, let's just play with what we've got. While you're actually working on an album, I strongly encourage you to not throw away any scraps, because you might want them for something like this. That is kind of nice. And you know, we have this rice paper piece that we cut off. Everything is very vertical, so maybe we would put that horizontally, maybe across the top. Like that. Anyway, this corner of this is really nice. Maybe we'll use that. Okay, I'm just sort of pulling stuff to see what we have. I think all of those would work. All right, let's sort of play with this a little bit. All right, so I think I'm sure I want that. So I'm just going to tear that. Like that. And then I really, like I said, I really quite like this. So I'm just gonna tear this. What is that? Okay, it's nothing I care about on the other side. I'm just gonna tear a corner like that. So if we have that there, and this there, hang on. Okay, and then that would go there. And let's see, I don't know as I want that there. Under there, I don't know, I'm kind of, I don't want to take too much away from whatever this picture is going to be. Want to add another layer just there. I feel like I probably want something there. Maybe that's where we'll put this piece. We'll tear it, and won't be as big as that. That looks pretty good. And then we could add, after we have it all down, you know, we could put a rose or something, or a couple. There's lots of them. I haven't cut them all down in here. Maybe to cover that Stamperia logo, which, why on there? Oh, because this is the back. That's why it's there. Something like that. I think that's pretty good. Okay, so let's set those aside. And that. I'm not going to use that right now. So let us. Okay. And this is longer than it needs to be because the bottom part's going to be covered, so I'm just going to tear that off. It'll give us a little interest if it shows. Alright, so we know this is going to go near the top and close to the edge because it's the bottom piece, so we can put that down. Like that. Okay. And then this piece is going to go in a little bit and down. And it's going to be covered except for a little bit near the top and side. So put that right about like that. Right? Yeah, okay. And then this one is going to go here. I wonder if I want to tear that corner so it's not so sharp. I think I do. Maybe like that. Those horses are cool. However. That, okay. More glue. And then this piece, I don't have any handy water, but I think I can tear it without. Let's just do that and give that a bit of an ink. Side I think I'll just leave. Okay, now let's put that. Okay, so fairly close to the bottom and about 1/4 of an inch in, and I'm just going to use art glitter glue for that. And then that is going to go about there. And I am checking to see if I want to add something down in there. This is the piece we've been working with and tearing. Basically tearing this into a roundish shape. Yeah, I think that'll, let's try it this way. Just playing with the direction on it to see how it might go. Maybe just like that, just to have a little something at the bottom. I'm inking that heavily. Okay. Actually, I think that's going up higher than that. Deciding where I want to put that. Just about like that. Let's get it in my eyes where it is. Okay. Go. And do we want anything up there? And we already have a place for you to write whatever you want to write, so I don't know if we want another saying up there. And we are going to add the roses. Don't care for that. We're almost making a little torn frame around this thing. Gotta go that way, it's text. Okay. think I'm just going to keep doing that. Just make a torn frame. Just to add little pieces. Okay. And I've got that. Okay. And then we just need a little something there. And actually, if I put the roses, no, I have to put these roses here because I want to hide that logo. But we'll find something for over there. So I do need one little last piece there, unless I want to put some roses underneath it. But I don't think, I kind of like the way that looks, but that I still need something here. Oop. I'm looking at the sheet here to see what I've got. There's this little cat. We could put the little cat to hide the logo. All right, give me a second. I'm just going to fussy cut out a couple more roses and maybe that cat. There. All right, let's see. So if we do that, we could use the little cat to hide the logo. And it sort of blends in, so if you wanted to put a photo over it, you could. I'm not sure I want to, though. This was my original plan. And we could do that and have all the roses on this side. Or we could put those over there as originally planned. And just maybe just leave that as is. And I think if I do this, I do think I want to put like one rose behind. Right, so I need to, when I fussy cut and I'm not immediately ready to put something down, I usually will leave any delicate areas. Like right now I'm just cutting out this little tiny triangle of white that I left just because I didn't want the leaf to tear off. But now I'm getting ready to glue it down, so it's okay. Just adding a little ink. And I need to do the same on this one. Now I think I've got two sort of larger rows, or maybe it's one. I've got one larger rose and three of the smaller ones. So I guess they're fine as is. Take these aside. Those are going to be on the bottom. And let's see. I think I'll put the pink one. Let me see. Yeah, we'll put the pink one on the top and the larger, more beigey one underneath. All right, so we're just going to put that about there. Okay, just checking to make sure it's where I want it. And then if we put that there, let's see, I think I'm going to put these both on top because I need to hide that logo. And that's going on top, so we can go ahead and put this down. And this is from the cards, I think I told you, that card collection. That too low. There we go. Is that better? That is better. Yep. It is not perfectly centered, but I'm okay with that. I need a little more glue right up under there, maybe. Maybe not. Okay. So we're going to put this one there. And then we are going to put these down here and make sure we hide that logo. As well, I have no problem with letting everyone know I'm using Stamperia paper. I have no particular desire to have the logo visible in the project. There we go. And you could have done these so you could tuck underneath. I did not. And then we have our vellum. Okay. Then the last, now here, I'm not sure I'm going to put anything here. I just think it looks beautiful. And I don't think it needs anything. You could put a big picture if you want. So the next thing that we need to do, so many things here. All right, let's just go front to back. See. And we're going to have to do inserts. What did I do? Lost it already. Here we go. I thought I would just put this little cat on one of these pages just down in the corner. Not that one. I've just tucked some cut aparts for the moment, but I'm going to go back through. I'm just taking a glance to see if anything jumps out at me. Not really. So let's just put the kitty right here. And you could stencil on these pages. I'm thinking we might fold one over and make it a pocket. Or not a pocket necessarily, but a tuck spot. Because we have a lot to play with. Alright, and I had, where was that? Here here it is. So we were going to do this maybe, and I think I will, but I think what I'm going to do rather than, well, let's see what happens if I ink it, because I have to tone down that white. Okay, that's okay. I don't have to cut it off. I was thinking I was going to have to cut it off, but I was able to tone it down with ink. Just be careful with the little bits and bobs on it. Okay, and cute. And I'm not going to put this down as a tuck. I'm going to glue the thing entirely because it's got too many little bits. I think if you tried using it as a tuck, some of them would get bent or broken. This is from the back cover, the fussy cut sheet. And you could do a lot of this embellishing before you put it in the book. I just didn't know what I was going to do, so I didn't. But if you want to do it that way, you certainly can. There we go. Cute. Okay, so that adds a little decoration. And then we have also this horse, similarly, that we could use. And how about, let's fold one of these over. Maybe. Do I want to? Nah, maybe not. I think I would have had to plan that ahead if I really wanted to do that. Here. Maybe further back. That's kind of cool. I think I want him on one of the white pages. Maybe? I don't know. He looks awfully nice on those. Yeah, okay, let me finish fussy cutting him and we're going to put him there. Good. Something that has a lot of narrow little bits like this, you kind of want to pat it down rather than wipe. Okay, good. And all right, let's go back to the front. Okay, so we already put something there. I don't think we need anything there or there. What about there? Where are... All right, I'm gonna empty out these die cuts so we can really see what we have. Lots of roses, letters. It's kind of cute. I think I want to use the wedding rings because I don't want to limit this to being a specifically wedding album, although I guess Happily Ever After kind of makes it seem like. Just looking to see what we have here. Still like that better. That. We have the carriage. I have the carriage in it, but I don't have to. I just stuck it there for the moment. Kind of like the carriage. It blends nicely with the paper that I have there. And, okay, so let's go with that. so. I'm just looking to where I don't want to glue. And actually, this would make a good little tuck spot. So maybe I'll just keep most of the glue to the bottom. Whoops. Oh, there is so not room for you here right now, honey. No, 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 no. Okay, hang on. No, really, really, I'm putting this down crooked because I'm so distracted. No, 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 no. Okay, I have no idea if that was straight or not. She always picks like the worst moment to jump up, and I don't mind, but okay, there's that. Then, of course, we'll turn that over. I'll be putting something else in that pocket. I just stuck something there for now. I have this scrap that says fairy tales that I keep. I saved it because I just liked it. I wonder if I should just cut it off and glue it on top of one of these pages. Maybe even this page. All right, hang on. I'm going to go cut that. Okay. Maybe. Yeah. This is the first page of the... No, it's not. This one over here is the first one, the one with the cat. So maybe we'll put it at the top of that. Okay. Let's do that. And let me see. I'm looking. Let's see if there's something that I want to put sort of under it so it's not quite so sitting there by itself. Yeah. All right, let me cut that right about there. Just so it's, like I said, a little less by itself. I think I'll glue these together first. Okay. This is the point when I always want a bigger surface to work on. And I'm just going to ink this little guy. And, all right, where can I put this so you can see? Hang on. All right, put that over there. All right, so we're going to put this just like that, just so a little bit of it is hanging off to the right. So I'm just going to take my glue, put a little bead of glue. Oh, not that glue. Hang on. That is Fabri-Tac. I don't want Fabri-Tac. I want art glitter. And I'm just putting a little bead along there. Like that. That's good. And you could add some gold wax to that or whatever. Now let's get the book back. And we're going to put this right up here, like that. And that way we can treat this as a single piece. Go. And that's good. we don't have to add a lot on the inside. I do have to add inserts, but I'll do that later. Do we want anything here? Maybe some roses. I don't know. At some point I always feel like I'm gilding the lily, because we have that. We have quite a lot here. Is that? That's fancy enough, I think. Right, did we put anything in this? Yeah, we put the little horse. You know what might be pretty is if we put this down as just a vertical tuck spot. And maybe not there, maybe like in here to add a little interest to this area. Okay, let's do that. This is from the cards. So I'm just going to run a bead of glue along this outside vertical here. And this is where I was saying if you had a like a washi like this, I'm not going to use that one, it doesn't go, but I don't think I'm going to use any. I don't think I have any that goes, but if you did, you can wrap it around the outer edge of these papers and it looks really nice. Okay, so there's that. Let's see. Got the horse, we have pocket there. I feel like we should put something further back. We don't really have anything much back in this area. See, I have this piece where I cut the fairy tales off. We could put at the bottom as a lower tuck spot. Let's do that. We still have the cover, of course, to do. And I wanted to get some of this done. Little tuck spot. Okay. So I think, all right, I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to stop now, and between now and the next time, I will make all the inserts and I'll show them to you when I see you, and then I'm going to put decorative strips here to hide all the, well, not all of the craft, but to decorate that blank area. And then, so next time those things will be done and I'll show them to you, and we will do our cover and our closure. So that's my plan. Okay, I will see you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Please visit Scrap and Crate to purchase your supplies. I have a link down below. There's a link down below for the cutting guide for this project, and also a discount code for this beautiful glass mat from Glassboard Studios. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.